Hello and welcome to this quick review of the Stiga E-Ride tractor mower. We really like this mower, but we thought it's probably, after a little bit of use, time to give you a quick review of what the Stiga is like to live with. We, like a lot of people, already own a tractor mower. Ours is a 14 or 15 horsepower petrol mower, which is ridiculously noisy. It means to operate this machine we have to do it well. I mean, we have to wear headphones for definite, but also it's pretty bad for the neighbours who have to suffer the noise as we go up and down and up and down and up and down. So we thought long and hard and we invested in an electric mower, and for us in the UK it looks as though the Stiga is the only mower which looks like a tractor mower to us, and a fairly conventional looking machine. Any case, I have to report that the machine works really well. It's quiet, it's efficient, it's what you'd expect from a tractor mower, but it does have, in my opinion, three shortcomings. First is the deck. For some reason, even at its highest setting, it's very difficult to traverse between, let's say, a driveway with a small curb, only a very small curb, onto grass. The deck catches it, so you have to be aware of that. Doesn't seem to happen on any other machine I've owned, just this. So I don't know, Stiga, if you could set those ride heights higher for those people that need to transverse a curb of some kind. The other annoying thing is the key, and we'll come on to that a little bit later. As we will, the most annoying part is the reverse, selecting reverse. Now most people like us, we cut the grass and eventually we come to a difficult area and we have to reverse a little bit. Now in my other machines I just press reverse, but no, not with the Stiga. You press reverse and the blades cut out instantly. So then you have to press the button to start them again, which is a fag, and then they take a few seconds to get up to speed and off you go. But of course, by that time you're still caught in that little corner that you need to do, and so you still have the same problem. If you try to reverse, it cuts out again. Now, Stiga have very kindly given us something to help, and that is a switch, which is on the control panel down here. The intention is the idea is, when you come to a tricky part, you press the switch, select reverse, and cut that bit of grass. Get that wrong, and the blade stops. Now I'm one of these people who wants to cut my grass without too much difficulty, and this cutting out of this blade is about the most frustrating thing I've ever experienced. So we have found a way to overcome that, and we'll show you what we did. Not the best solution, and Stiga, I think you should find a way of solving this issue, because people like us who want to cut the grass want to do it quickly and efficiently. We're sitting on the machine, so why can't we reverse with the blades running? Every other machine I know does. Maybe something for you to consider. I suppose the overall question is, would we buy it again? Well, yes, and in fact I think I would. It's expensive, but it does a fair job. It's just these little irritating things, if you're going to buy one, need to be taken into consideration. I suppose the other thing you're going to think about is the charge time, or how long can it operate for on one charge. Well, that seems quite a lot, quite honestly. We would charge this up maybe once every 2 weeks in peak season. It's not even flat by the time we go to charge it, so that's plenty good enough. I don't think your issue is going to come around charging or the time it takes to cut the grass, unless you have a really big area. So herein lies the second issue, which is the key. Now the key is literally keyed, so it'll only go in one direction any case. That's no big deal, sensible. When you put the key in and turn it, you hear the machine gets ready to go. That's fine, except if you want to just turn it off and take the key fires straight out, you can see it's fired itself quite some distance into the tractor. That key will not stay in place. So if you just want to turn off and walk away, you can't. You're either going to drive it with the key in or the key's coming out. And it does really fire it some distance. So again, Stiga, why? So here's the reverse mechanism which we've been talking about. As you can see, all these switches or buttons are fairly self-explanatory. You've got on off here. This is to engage your blades, this fella here. You've got also lights. You've got economy mode, never use that, don't quite see what the point is. And also you've got what is effectively a cruise control, quite a nice little feature. But underneath here you can see underneath here there used to be a switch. Oh no, there is still a switch, except we've made it so that it's now permanently on. All I did was drilled a hole into the panel, put a bolt through it and put a piece of metal across to hold the switch permanently off, or permanently on if you want to call it that way. Now that might be a bit Heath Robinson. It would have been better if we could have done that through some kind of software or firmware, or Stiga, if you removed the switch altogether or made it a switch that you can toggle switch on or off, because that, I can tell you, is about as frustrating as it gets when you're cutting the lawn. So again, this little plate just alleviates that issue and makes mowing the grass perfect. So time for a quick roundup of the Stiga. I think the Stiga is a good machine basically. It's quiet, it's efficient, cuts the grass nicely, which is after all what we bought it for. As towards the little issues there are, yes, they could be resolved by Stiga to make it a far better machine than it is. But I would most definitely buy it again, even though it's almost double the price of an equivalent, or some equivalent, petrol mowers. So there you are, that's the sort of my view of the Stiga C500 tractor mower. Thanks for watching.